Hold on, stop scrolling right now because Hollywood has officially crossed into absolute parallel universe territory. If you thought the chaotic aftermath of September 30th, 2025 was as wild as it gets, prepare to have your mind completely melted. We all watched Keith Urban walking around looking like the lead character in a tragic country music video after their split, while Tom Cruise probably smirked from his quiet corner of the world. But while everyone was busy analyzing asset splits, prenup clauses, and who gets custody of the red carpet prestige, Nicole Kidman was reportedly cooking up a plot twist so unhinged that not even a room of desperate PR executives could have scripted it. Whispers from the deepest corners of the celebrity underground are claiming that Nicole hasn't just moved on. She is allegedly flexing a brand new baby. And the alleged father? None other than the internet's absolute favorite subject of endless controversy, Sean Diddy Combs. Yes, you heard that right. Are we looking at the most calculated, headline-stealing power move in pop culture history? Or is Nicole playing psychological warfare against both of her famous exes at the exact same time? Buckle up, because the receipts, the ridiculous rumors, and the absolute chaos behind this story are about to expose everything. You thought you had Hollywood figured out, but what is unfolding behind closed doors right now makes every A-list movie plot look like a middle school drama project. To understand how we arrived at a headline as surreal as Nicole Kidman dropping a new baby bombshell and naming Diddy as the real father, we have to look closely at the trail of destruction left in her wake. Nicole has always moved through the entertainment industry with an air of delicate, polished perfection, but if you look closely at her history, a pattern emerges that is as cold as it is calculated. She did it first with Tom Cruise, walking into that marriage as a rising actress and walking out with global stardom, massive financial leverage, and a narrative that painted her as the ultimate survivor. Then came Keith Urban, who spent nearly 2 decades treating her like a queen, publicly writing love songs, and presenting the image of an unbreakable fairy tale romance. Yet, on September 30th, 2025, that fairy tale was abruptly shattered into pieces when the divorce papers hit the courts. Almost overnight, Keith went from the proud country superstar to a ghost wandering around looking completely shattered and hollowed out. While Keith was reportedly left picking up the pieces of his emotional and financial life, Nicole was already plotting her next massive public distraction. She knows better than anyone in the business that in the world of high-stakes celebrity culture, the person who controls the headlines controls the reality. She could not just let the public talk about a standard celebrity divorce or speculate on her settlement demands. She needed something so ridiculously explosive, so utterly chaotic, that it would completely wipe Keith's heartbreak off the front pages and force every eye on the planet back onto her. Enter the most unpredictable element she could possibly inject into this already wild equation: Sean Diddy Combs. Now, why Diddy? Anyone who has followed pop culture over the last few years knows that his name carries an aura of endless controversy, secret high society gatherings, and shadowy power dynamics. Pairing herself with a figure as infamous as Diddy is not an accident. It is the ultimate shock tactic designed to create pure digital hysteria. Anonymous industry insiders are whispering that this connection did not just pop up out of thin air after the divorce papers were signed. Reports suggest that Nicole and Diddy had been quietly crossing paths at ultra-exclusive, private galas for months, hiding their interactions behind the curtain of upper-crust elite networking. While the public was watching Keith perform on stage, thinking his marriage was solid, behind-the-scenes power players were allegedly witnessing a very different story unfold. The idea that there is now a newborn baby caught in the middle of this web has sent shockwaves through every management team in Los Angeles. Friends close to the situation claim that Nicole began dropping subtle, cryptic hints to her inner circle shortly after the split was finalized, making sure the news would inevitably leak straight to the tabloids. She did not want a quiet announcement or a neat press release. She wanted a nuclear explosion that would ping directly on the radar of both Keith Urban and Tom Cruise, ensuring both of her prominent ex-husbands felt the maximum level of psychological impact. Imagine being Keith Urban, sitting in a studio trying to process the end of your 20-year marriage, only to look at your phone and see that your ex-wife is allegedly parading a new baby, and linking it to one of the most polarizing moguls in music history. It is a level of pettiness so grandiose it almost deserves its own Oscar category. It is a ruthless display of media dominance that proves Nicole operates on a completely different level of celebrity strategy than almost anyone else in the business. But as the rumors began to spread through secret group chats and high-end agency halls, the details surrounding this alleged baby started taking on an even stranger, more sinister shape. People who claim to have seen the internal security logs of private maternity clinics in Southern California describe an operation that looked more like a covert military extraction than a standard birth. There were non-disclosure agreements handed out like party favors to nurses, doctors, and security staff, with threats of legal obliteration if a single detail leaked before the orchestrated timing was right. Private jets were allegedly chartered between Los Angeles, Miami, and New York to keep the timeline blurred and prevent paparazzi from connecting the dots too quickly. The sheer amount of wealth and resources poured into keeping this quiet until the exact right moment proves this was not a sudden surprise. It was a long-term campaign built to execute a specific outcome. Diddy's inner circle, usually quick to issue aggressive denials or legal threats whenever his name is dragged into fresh drama, has been strangely silent, adding fuel to the absolute wildfire of speculation. Some say Diddy loves the sheer audacity of being attached to an A-list actress in such a bizarre fashion, while others believe he is merely a willing actor in Nicole's masterclass of public manipulation. Either way, the narrative has taken on a life of its own, growing bigger and more chaotic with every passing hour as fans and critics tear apart every single social media post, past interview, and red carpet interaction for hidden clues. When you look at the timing of every move made since late 2025, it becomes crystal clear that nothing about this situation is random or accidental. Nicole has mastered the art of weaponizing public perception, turning personal drama into a weapon that guarantees she remains the most talked about woman on the planet. She took a messy divorce that could have damaged her pristine image and flipped it into a surreal, high-budget soap opera that has the entire world glued to their screens. The emotional wreckage left behind for Keith Urban is treated as mere collateral damage in a game where attention is the only currency that matters. As we look deeper into the fake investigative reports, the leaked memos, and the absurd paper trails left behind by this high society scandal, the story only gets darker, stranger, and far more convoluted. The quiet whispers of luxury nurseries, hidden trust funds, and mysterious offshore accounts created for this alleged child are just the tip of an iceberg that threatens to drag down everyone involved. And as the public tries to digest the initial shock of the announcement, the actual mechanics of how this secret was kept, and why it is being weaponized right now, start coming to light in ways that will leave you absolutely speechless. Behind the velvet curtains of Hollywood elite society, the financial and logistical machinery required to pull off a scandal of this magnitude is staggering. When news began trickling out about this secret child, investigators and entertainment journalists started digging into the paper trail, and what they found was a tangled web of shell companies, non-disclosure agreements, and extravagant spending that defies common logic. Leaked financial memos allegedly originating from Nicole's business management team show massive, unexplained offshore wire transfers dating back to mid-2025. These transfers, routed through private banking entities in the Cayman Islands and Switzerland, were earmarked for ultra-luxury maternity services, private security firms, and exclusive real estate holdings in hidden coastal enclaves. We are not talking about standard celebrity spending here. We are talking about millions of dollars spent on complete operational invisibility. A high-end mansion in a gated neighborhood was reportedly leased under an anonymous corporate entity, complete with blacked-out windows, military-grade surveillance systems, and a rotating staff of private medical personnel who were required to sign airtight legal contracts. Any staff member who dared to speak to outsiders faced the immediate threat of financial ruin, multi-million-dollar lawsuits, and blacklisting from the industry. According to an imaginary source who claimed to be a former security contractor for the estate, the level of paranoia surrounding the property was unmatched. The source alleged that even the delivery trucks bringing nursery furniture, designer baby clothes, and specialized equipment were forced to undergo security sweeps and drop off cargo at off-site staging locations to prevent anyone from tracking the final destination. And who was funding a significant portion of this elaborate setup? That is where Sean Diddy Combs comes back into the picture in the most explosive way possible. Financial sleuths allege that secondary accounts linked to Diddy's sprawling business empire made substantial contributions to the security and maintenance budgets of these hidden properties. While Diddy has spent decades cultivating an image of raw power, influence, and unapologetic decadence, his alleged involvement in this secret arrangement suggests a level of calculated collusion that surprised even his most cynical observers. Public reactions to these leaked findings have been nothing short of feral across social media platforms, with fans and critics dividing into fierce opposing camps. On one side, loyal defenders of Nicole claim that she is an empowered woman navigating her life on her own terms, refusing to be defined by her ex-husband's or traditional societal expectations. On the other side, an overwhelming majority of online commentators are calling this whole situation an unhinged abuse of wealth and media power, designed purely to humiliate Keith Urban, while distracting the world from serious personal and professional legal questions. One viral comment that gained thousands of reposts summed up the general public sentiment perfectly, stating that Nicole has officially turned her real life into a twisted, high-budget reality show where innocent people and newborns are used as props for maximum shock value. Insiders close to Tom Cruise have reportedly stated that even Tom, who is famously known for keeping his personal life under lock and key, was utterly stunned when he learned about the Diddy connection. Tom allegedly reached out through mutual legal representatives to figure out if this was an elaborate publicity stunt or a genuine development that could somehow drag his past marriage back into the tabloid mud. Meanwhile, Keith Urban's inner circle paints a picture of a man who is not just hurt, but completely bewildered by the sheer hostility of the narrative. Friends of the country star allege that Keith had no idea about any of this during the final months of their marriage, making the sudden public revelation feel like a calculated emotional ambush. The social media fallout has forced brand sponsors, PR agencies, and Hollywood managers to tread very carefully around all parties involved. Luxury fashion houses that have long worked with Nicole are reportedly holding emergency strategy meetings behind closed doors, trying to figure out if this bizarre controversy will enhance her edgy, unpredictable star power or turn off conservative luxury consumers. At the same time, entertainment commentary channels and podcast hosts are having a field day, dissecting every single frame of old red carpet footage where Nicole, Keith, and Diddy happen to be in the same room. Body language experts are uploading hours-long video breakdowns, pointing out tiny glances, stiff postures, and subtle hand gestures from past award shows, claiming that the tension between Keith and Diddy was hiding in plain sight for years. Whether those retroactive analyses hold any truth or are completely fabricated for internet views, they demonstrate just how deeply this scandal has captured the collective imagination of the public. The sheer absurdity of mixing classic Hollywood royalty like Nicole Kidman with a polarizing hip-hop mogul like Diddy, while leaving a heartbreak-singing country star like Keith Urban in the dust, is a pop culture recipe that feeds the internet's endless appetite for drama. Every new leaked document, every anonymous quote from supposed housekeepers, and every cryptic social media update acts like gasoline poured directly onto an open flame. The narrative has ballooned beyond a simple celebrity breakup into a global spectacle involving high-stakes wealth, hidden agendas, and psychological mind games played out on the biggest stage imaginable. As rumors continue to swirl about private paternity tests, secret court filings, and impending public statements, the pressure on everyone involved is reaching an absolute boiling point. The public is no longer just asking if the story is true. They are demanding to know how far this rabbit hole actually goes, and who will be left standing when the dust finally settles. And just when you think the scandal has reached its absolute ceiling of chaos, the legal and financial fallout begins to take center stage, threatening to turn this personal drama into an all-out war of attrition. Now we arrive at the fallout, the legal crossfire, and the inevitable consequences of a scandal that has completely shattered the traditional rules of celebrity gossip. As the claims surrounding Nicole, Diddy, and this alleged baby continue to dominate global news feeds, legal experts from New York to Los Angeles are stepping into the spotlight to break down what this actually means. If there is a child involved and paternity claims are officially registered, the legal battles over inheritance, custody rights, and financial support could turn into one of the most expensive courtroom sagas in Hollywood history. High-powered family law attorneys are already speculating on late-night news shows about how Keith Urban's legal team might leverage these sudden developments during post-divorce financial reviews. If Keith's lawyers can prove that assets, joint funds, or shared properties were used to facilitate or hide these secret arrangements prior to their official split, it could trigger massive financial audit investigations. We could see forensic accountants tearing through 2 decades of tax returns, business trusts, and private investment portfolios to trace every single dollar that moved out of their joint accounts. And then there is the Diddy factor, which carries its own massive cloud of federal scrutiny, ongoing civil lawsuits, and relentless media attention. Connecting any new personal or financial business to Diddy right now is like walking into a legal minefield with a lit match. Government probes into corporate entities, high society events, and offshore holdings tied to his network could end up pulling Nicole's private financial structures right into the middle of federal court disclosures. Hypothetical subpoenas could be issued for private communication logs, flight manifests, and bank records, forcing details into the public record that were meant to stay buried forever. Meanwhile, inside the quiet corridors of top-tier talent agencies, panic is reportedly setting in as executives debate whether to issue a formal denial or let the controversy burn itself out. Public relations strategists know that issuing a forced press statement often makes an agency look guilty, but remaining completely silent allows the internet to construct its own wildly chaotic narrative. Crisis management experts are allegedly advising Nicole's team that she needs to pivot quickly, perhaps by announcing a sudden high-profile film project or a major philanthropic initiative to clean up the headline cycle. Yet, every time a new press release is drafted, fresh rumors surface online about anonymous leaks coming from former security guards, personal assistants, and private flight crews. The social media backlash has reached such a frantic pitch that commentary creators are hosting round-the-clock live streams, tracking every flight path between Miami, Los Angeles, and Nashville to see where key players are landing. Fans of Keith Urban are staging digital boycotts, spamming comment sections with lyrics from his most heartbreaking songs, and demanding that Nicole face accountability for what they view as public emotional cruelty. At the exact same time, pop culture enthusiasts are enjoying the pure, unadulterated absurdity of the storyline, turning every alleged detail into viral memes, comedy sketches, and endless online debates. The psychological warfare between these megastars has fundamentally changed how the public consumes celebrity drama, blurring the line between real life and structured entertainment until nobody knows what to believe. Whether this story ends with dramatic courtroom depositions, explosive televised tell-all interviews, or a quiet withdrawal behind closed gates, one thing is absolutely certain. The fallout from this single claim has reshaped the legacy of everyone involved, leaving Keith Urban to rebuild his life in public view, while Nicole Kidman proves once again that she commands the spotlight no matter the cost. As the dust begins to settle on this incredible chapter of celebrity madness, the public is left waiting for the next move in a game where the rules are rewritten every single day. And there you have it, the most jaw-dropping, mind-bending Hollywood saga to hit the internet in years. Was this alleged baby bombshell with Diddy a genuine secret that slipped out? Or was it the ultimate calculated power play by Nicole Kidman to leave Keith Urban and Tom Cruise completely paralyzed in shock? Did she truly orchestrate the most chaotic distraction in modern celebrity history? Or are we witnessing a high-stakes narrative that is spinning entirely out of control? Now I want to hear from every single one of you down in the comments below. Do you think Keith Urban should break his silence and drop a tell-all response? Or should he walk away and let the chaos burn itself out? Is Nicole playing four-dimensional chess with the media? Or has this crossed the line into absolute madness? Drop your wildest theories, hot takes, and predictions in the comments right now. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Hollywood's darkest headlines, make sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a second of breaking celebrity drama. Stay skeptical, stay curious, and I will see you in the next video.